Hi, Count. Yeah, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. There's been some confusion with the audio on my laptop, so I just logged in from my iPad. I apologize for all the confusion.
No problem at all.
So, one good news is that we are going live on John's Twitter handle as well. So,
Hmm.
I'm very excited about that. I just put out the link on John's handle. So, anyone who wants to subscribe to Covers Off, just click through from John's feed where the stream is currently live, and then you can come to Covers Off and subscribe to our monthly pack
Yeah.
just for 249 rupees a month, and you get access to all the wonderful content Al and his team has put together for IPL. The team packs have come out brilliantly. We went through the Mumbai Indians team pack in our last call, in our last stream, but you also have for Chennai Super Kings, RCB, RR, SRH, and all these packs are already out. So if you
And
haven't
a
already
lot,
so Ed,
lot more coming as well as we build up to the IPL. We're also
yeah,
planning to cover the traditional IPL season fantasy, the one that has trades 70 to 90 trades that you play throughout the competition. That's something that's usually followed, especially for major tournaments like the IPL and World Cup. So that's going to be an exciting new addition to covers of this season.
absolutely. Since I'm doing this from my iPad, I don't see a share screen option, so I'm just going to talk through during this uh, call today. So we had some of your predictions come true. In fact, all the predictions came true from the eliminated game. Nat Silver, she played an unbelievable innings, scored about 72 runs. She also took a wicket and took a catch, and the prediction was that her player performance points would be more than 42.5. It was
Yeah.
actually over 100, so that was
Yeah.
brilliant.
The that call single-handedly ensured all our subscribers clean swept everything, be it fantasy or predictions or everything. There was someone who took our premium subscription and got the return back in just 24 hours. He had bought her for 1,000 and she returned 6,000 in one day.
Yeah, we had the subscriber called Rahul who had actually put out a tweet on this. Uh, that he invested in the premium pack, and I'm sorry, it was I was trying to join the stream from my laptop as well to see if I can show the tweet Rahul had put out that what he says, recovered my covers of premium amount of 5k the very next day. So he invested on Nat Silver Brunt, and he got 5.48 times the return on his investment of 1,200 rupees, and he
Yeah.
got back 6,577. How amazing is that?
Yeah. The way Mumbai used her, for example, bowling her on a wicket like DY Patil, which has been assisting new ball paces. That's what we banked on, and there's not a lot of spin as well. So she was also going to deliver with the bat, and that kind of ensured she had the blockbuster day she did that day.
Yeah, and also we spoke about Wong. She took a hat trick and ended up with a wicket tally of 4 wickets.
Yeah,
Again, you had predicted correctly that the night game at DY Patil how dominant Mumbai Indians would be, and Lalisa Ely she would have trouble with Nat Silver and Wong got her.
yeah. That's a wicket. That's a deck that's tailor made for Wong, and she has been close to doing this for throughout the tournament, but finally it clicked, and what a time for that to happen for both Mumbai Indians and for our subscribers as well. We had her in all our teams, and Mumbai Indians also managed to get through to the final as a result of it. Maybe I might have predicted that she'll have a good day, but you are the one who told we should be vice captaining her. And those I can't imagine what would have happened to those who took that advice.
Yeah, so that came out of nowhere. It was a couple of instances. Similar things have happened once during BBL when we spoke about Taunton, who took a 4 wicket haul, and then it was Senuran Muthuswamy. I remember he took
Yeah,
bag full of wickets.
that was a
So
crazy call
talking to
as
you,
well.
your brilliance is starting to rub off on my predictions as well a little bit, I guess.
Daily fantasy in general needs that kind of madness to win big. and that's something that the daily fantasy players should be focusing on, at least in one of their grand league combinations to deliver to take them to the top.
Yeah. I don't know if you're following this game in Centurion between South Africa and West Indies.
Yeah,
It's been a
John.
total bloodbath.
Yeah,
So there's a guy called Johnson Charles who scored 100 odd and about 40 balls. And just in the 18th over, they already had 236.
yeah. My timeline is full of that, of what John Charles is doing in that game. So it must be something outrageous, I think.
Yeah, it was crazy stuff. In fact, at one point, they were 127 for one in
Mm,
about 9 overs.
mm,
And out of that, Kagiso Rabada had bowled 2 overs for 13 runs. That meant that in the remaining 7 overs, they had scored 111 runs.
yeah.
Crazy stuff going on. So it was a good day earlier to spend almost the entire day with you on the cricket battle auction,
Mm.
and you had a good day picking up the 11 players for the season fantasy. So talk to us
Yeah.
a little bit about that experience.
I think we definitely had a good day. There's no doubt about it. What made us even happier was to see the players, their competitors, that using covers of specs. That was something that for a company that's at its very nascent stage. We've only been 2 months old to have our packs being sold out to such high profile events. It's something that makes me really happy and hopeful of the great future that we have ahead of us.
Yeah, so there were a couple of instances where the other teams were actually calling you out and saying that, hey, we picked the player because it was suggested, recommended by you. So it was quite a moment to see those happy faces, putting the covers of subscription to such fantastic use.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I've been noticing the last couple of months as well. All the auctions that I'm participating in have become to increasingly more difficult over the last couple of months. It's because of the extensive research that we have had to ourselves so far, being given out to all those participants, all those subscribers, and they are making exceptional usage of it. It's something that they deserve a lot of credit for, but it's personally not a good news to me. But I'm happy as long as Kawasaf is doing well.
Yeah, and also with the rule changes that are coming about for the upcoming IPL, it becomes even more crucial for any serious fantasy player out there to have a covers of subscription, because the 11 is going to be given out only after the toss, and also
Yeah.
there is an impact player rule.
Mm, yeah, that's impact. Usually, when these kind of rule changes happen, they don't really have much of an impact. It's done for the sake of it. But this one, it's a blockbuster move from the IPL. The kind of impact that the teams can have when they use these substitutes well can be massive, and it could have a tremendous effect on all those things, not just on the field and for fantasy players as well. So you need a lot of expertise to handle these things this season.
And the 5x platform coverage that the premium subscription is going to offer.
Mm,
Already FanX is back in action, so they have a contest for the WPL finals between Mumbai and Delhi. But
mm,
you're going to be kind enough to cover FanX in the standard pack. But
yeah,
there are going to be other platforms under premium. So talk to us a
yeah.
little bit about the other exciting platforms covers of premium subscription pack is going to support.
I think premium is going to focus in depth on. This is something a lot of our subscribers can pick up from our standard packs as well. That the only difference is they'll have to think on their own and apply it. But in premium, we'll do what we are doing in daily fantasy spoon feed in addition to providing a lot of value. For example, the platforms that we plan to cover are Exchange 22 and Sixer, for example, and Fan to Play that has 4 to 6 member fantasy, and Cricket Battle auction and draft fantasy is something that I am personally that's my favorite format of fantasy. So we are going to go in depth into that. And there's also the other platform called Cricket Stocks, which is basically player trades and player stocks are going to become the future of fantasy gaming. So that's something that we are going to focus on. And also Radio will also come in, given what they're doing. It's a differentiated fantasy platforms that are going to get exclusive coverage on our premium channel.
There are so many ways you're already helping cricket fans make money out of the passion they have for the sport. And I can only imagine with these new platforms coverage coming up, This could be somebody's full-time job just to take a course of subscription and go through all the details, and then play smartly across these platforms.
Yeah. I think this is a scope that not a lot of us had back 5 years back, because there aren't many opportunities. Right now, the opportunities are opening up. They are opening up big time, and in 2 years, you could become a professional fantasy player, and that's all you need to do to have a successful career. So that's what we are focusing towards. We're going to show our subscribers 24/7, 365 days, all the different ways of making money through watching cricket. So that's always been the motive of cause of, and that's what we are going to do with our premium channel right now. I think the toss is happening. We might
And always there is this dynamic.
need to hear that,
The
in
toss, okay,
or we'll miss out on some important information.
sure. So why don't you take a pause for a couple of minutes and then we'll resume after the toss. Would you get disturbed if I continue to talk as you're listening to the toss updates, Al?
Just a second. I'll also be back on live.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of important information from a fantasy point of view, and that both the captains have confirmed that it's going to be a really good batting wicket, and it looks really hard. So there was some sign of dryness in the last few league games, but as we expected, considering it's a knockout, they are going to go with a really good wicket.
Yeah, that's what your creator notes also says, that
Mm,
because last few games were played at DY Patil,
mm,
that they have had some time to prepare a deck, because progressively Brabourne had become slow and started assisting
mm,
spinners, and the
mm.
average team totals had dropped, and they
Yeah,
don't want to have such a kind of a condition for the finals. That makes sense.
yeah.
So are they bringing in Tara Norris in, because that could be an indicator that instead of Poonam Yadav, because that's
Mm.
some update I read on Crickbuzz. So are the 11s out?
No, yeah, the 11s are out. The only change, Mumbai Indians are unchanged. Delhi Capitals are bringing in Minnu Mani for Poonam Yadav. Minnu Mani is an off-spin all-rounder, someone who can back left-handed and bowl a decent speed off-spin.
Yeah. Also, the one of the notes on Crickbuzz commentary says that the square boundaries are shorter compared to the straighter one. So you
Yeah.
would expect a Saika Shark to bowl a more full length
Mm,
compared to dragging the length back.
mm,
Eccleston almost got Harmanpreet Kaur yacked
mm.
in the last game. So
Yeah.
you would kind of see that that's the kind of a length the spinners would want to bowl today. Otherwise, there'd be easy pickings on the square boundaries.
Yeah, you do not want to bowl short at Brabourne. It's a good, great batting deck at it's good times, and it also has short boundaries.
Yeah. And also, there's an interesting note that you put out on a creator notes about Shikha Pandey's record, how it skewed towards a DY Patil, and where she goes for a much higher strike rate at 54 at Brabourne.
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting point to note as our viewers they kind of put together their fantasy 11. So once you have put out a starters are Haley Matthews, Nat Siver, Marizan Cap, Amelia Kerr, Megan Lanning, and Yashika Bhatia, and the other five are the ones you're going to work on now to give out to the subscribers. The toss
Yeah.
for the final 11 and the pitch conditions are out. So I'll not hold you back much longer than required. I know you need to go back to put out that information. So key matchups, right? So probably we would wrap up with that. So for today's game, you had put Saika Ishaq pretty much against the top four of Delhi Capitals. So and she's just one wicket short of her full cap from Ecclestone. So she
Yeah.
started very strong. I remember the first game she picked up 3 wickets. So do you expect her to end strong as well?
I think the entire Delhi Capitals batting unit struggles against slow left arm of spin, but this is a deck that may not support a lot of spin bowling today. So that it's going to be an even battle. It's not going to be skewed towards Saika Ishak as it might be on a drier deck, for example. So she might get a wicket. She's highly likely to get a wicket, but she might get two, but not more than that.
Yeah, and the other note you had put out is that if Delhi does a bowl first, I don't know what's going to happen. Are they bowling first? Or they opted to bat?
They're batting first. So Jess Jonathan is someone whom you can consider leaving out because she
Yeah,
won't be bowling at the death if Mumbai dominate the game.
yeah, and you know Delhi expecting to bat first. Do you think the dew factor would come into play when Delhi bowls? Would that be an advantage for Mumbai?
Yeah, that will definitely be an advantage for Mumbai. Not only that, they'll also be knowing the score that they need to chase. And Harmanpreet Kaur was also saying how they could take the advantage of the hard pitch with their seamers up front. Issue Wong and Adshiver have been in great form. So if there is anything on the deck, it's going to be in the first 4 overs of the match. It's not going to be there for second innings. So that's something Mumbai will be hoping to capitalize on.
Yeah, so the first 4 games, their top four, just gave them fantastic scores, even the first 5 games. But they did struggle in those 2 low-scoring games in DA Patil when their middle order and lower order were, put into action. It was good to see Pooja Vastrakar come out and score those quick 10 runs. So there is going to be some expectation on the middle order and the lower order, but given that they would be chasing and on the top order again would be quite keen to hold their wickets together. So that's going to be an interesting phase of play to observe in today's game.
Yeah, you mean I'm sorry, I didn't get it exactly. I was working on the
I'm
game.
saying Mumbai Indians, middle or lower order were pretty untested during those first 5 games.
True.
And then they had those 2 low-scoring games which they didn't come through. But Amelia Kerr and Pooja Vastrakar, they did put out good scores in the last game. So there would be some pressure on the top order, especially since they're chasing. If they're chasing a big score, and their middle and lower order have to really do well if they,
Yeah.
if the top order were to have one of those rare collapses. So I was only saying that maybe I don't know whether that increases the fantasy potential of somebody like her or Vastrakar who also bowl. But I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
I think this is one of the reasons we had highlighted Pooja Vastrakar's importance in our season preview. How important she is to the 11, the batting value that she adds to the 11, the big hitting value she adds to the 11 is tremendous. And I'm not sure if she'll ball, but I think she's the Mumbai Indians and the player herself is managing some kind of injury that prevents her from bowling, which is something we have noticed throughout the tournament. She bowled only 1 over at best in the first half, and now she's not bowling at all. But even as a batter, she adds a lot of value to this setup.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold you any further. It's just 20 minutes to the game, and I know you have work to do. but you have a rare 4-day break coming up after a long time. So
Yeah.
how do you plan to enjoy your break, or are you going to be engulfed with a lot of IPL work?
I don't think there's going to be any enjoyment for me personally, at least till the end of IPL. We still have a lot of pre-tournament IPL work to do. There is plenty of plans in place. There is plenty of work to be done. So I think I'll take my break after the IPL ends.
Yeah, especially with the premium pack, as you put out, there is going to be 5x coverage, for the subscriber. That's also going to mean that there is going to be 5x work more for you and for the team.
Yeah,
And but only the good part about it is that during IPL, it's the only tournament that goes on.
yeah,
So you did have a very successful launch of the premium pack. Out of the 100 slots you said are going to be open for the early birds. You almost had 130 subscribers come through.
yeah.
At what part of the IPL tournament do you think you might likely open more subscribers to take the premium pack?
At this point, we are not sure. We have you even said it in one of our tweets that not sure at what time it is going to open up and at what rate it's going to open up. It's based on what we are going to do in the first 15 days. But if I have to put a number on it, I think it will be sometime around April 15 to April 20.
Yeah, good luck on that. I would not hold you any further. I'm sorry we were not able to start the show on time. I had some audio issues on my laptop, but I'm glad, and thank you very much for being patient and for staying back so that we could have the show tonight. Enjoy the game. I know it's not going to be much of a break, but whatever little rest you get over the next 3-4 days, ensure that you get some shut eye so that we all subscribers would continue to enjoy your fantastic coverage for IPL.
No problem at all, Khan. Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you, Al. Take care then. Bye.
Sure. Bye.